Hi, everyone. This is Aaron. I just wanted to preface this episode that it was recorded prior to the stay at home order. So, uh, Lena, who you're going to hear from, Lena Kim, her store is niceLena and Friends, is awesome. They are open for curbside pickup, delivery, or shipping right now for everything that is produced there at the store. So just keep that in mind if after listening to this you want to order some really cool stuff. Lena is super creative and innovative. You're going to learn about that. But you'll see if you go to her website that everything there is available online. She's trying to produce it as quickly as possible. niceLena.com. But thank you for tuning in. I hope you all are well and stay safe. Welcome to Inside the Skev, and I'm your host, Aaron Masliansky. Today we're here with Lena Kim, and Lena owns niceLena and Friends, which is a store on actually on Chicago Avenue in the main Dempster Mile. And it's a really cute shop, and we're going to talk with her about it today and what inspired her to start it. And Lena, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's cool for you to be here. And, your husband, I think I've known since I was born, Jason.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's a long connection. What?
Nothing.
No, I think, I just remember him coming over like when I was probably a baby and
What's
onward.
the age difference?
9 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or
Was
about
he a bully?
No, he was always a nice guy.
Aww.
So, it's not a surprise that he married you.
He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah.
But you've got this store, and what are the types of things that you sell and make there?
The list keeps growing. I was mainly doing jewelry after I had a shop in 2002 in Westtown in Chicago. It was also on Chicago Avenue, but
just a little bit further down.
Yeah. So that was 2002. It was called Monkey Business, and it was similar to niceLena and Friends, but more art.
Okay.
So we had classes there, and art shows for Saturday, art openings and things like that. And that's where I started making and selling niceLena jewelry.
So what type of art were you doing there, and why did you decide to switch more to jewelry?
Well, I realized, so back then I was mainly a painter and like fine art, student-ish, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I got pregnant like 5 months in, and then that sort of changed everything. So, I could no longer sit in front of a canvas for 5 hours. So I had to switch what I was doing, and like making jewelry was very quick. It's like doodles versus
something that might take a long time.
Yeah. So opening up niceLena and Friends, I started with just jewelry, but I had I had a huge skill set. Yeah. But when I worked at home, it was like I worked in my bedroom most of the time. I had like a tiny studio, and then I gave it to Penny as a bedroom. And then I was working in my bedroom, so I could only work with small things. Literally beads,
Yeah.
So when I opened up the shop and I got like a studio in the back, now I have like different stations. So I make candles now. I have a laser cutter. I'm doing exciting things with that. I have a heat press. I'm like making like mugs. It's great. So
it's like an arts and crafts.
Yeah, it's only going to grow.
Mm-hmm. And things you can do things that are custom because of you're making it yourself.
So I could do custom jewelry, custom printed mugs, custom printed tote bags, shirts. What else? Custom signs, etching. Yeah.
And
buttons, magnets.
Buttons and magnets. And you have, all different types of things. Do you have the same inventory throughout the year? Or do you switch it up as different events come up?
No, I just keep adding. It's just chaos in my brain all the time. I don't know what other people's brains look like throughout the day, Some people are probably more organized.
Yeah.
But I just go where my brain tells me to go, and then I make those things.
And is it sometimes where people are making suggestions, or it's all coming in your head?
Yeah, that's what I like about doing custom, is that, I engage with the public, and somebody will have an idea already. You know, like based on like, oh, I can do custom mugs and here's a sample. And then they'll be like, oh, can you do this and that? And I get a backstory. There's like inside jokes. So the whole process is really fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that people come up with that you've made?
I had a customer that wanted, like for Valentine's Day, she wanted a picture of her husband, herself, and then she wanted a plus sign in between, and then an equal sign, and then she wanted her kids, like 3 of them around the edges, and it was super cute. So like I ended up making that series, and that was pretty successful. What else did people come up with? Oh, I did a custom like laser cut map of the U.S. with 2 hearts. Like people come with ideas,
Yeah.
you know. So
People are pretty creative.
yeah, it just becomes like an incubator of like you know, ideas, and then we just go back and forth, and I feel really good in that kind of a space.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you, before you were, making art at Monkey Business and you're doing things here, where did you work before to give you that type of background?
Well, I worked in Pearl Arts and Craft. It was on Chicago Avenue.
You don't stray from Chicago Avenue.
Yeah, I should have named one of my kids Chicago Avenue.
I guess Avenue could be the middle name.
Yeah, the Avenue. It has to be in there. So I worked there, and then I was a total goofball right before that.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was just floating around. I did try. Well, no, I shouldn't go into that story. But I did go on a road trip, and I had a box of beads with me when I was like 19, and I made and sold jewelry on the road for gas money.
Really?
Yeah. So I've always known that like you can like. I feel like when you make and sell something, it's like the truest way to like, sustain yourself. You literally just like make the thing and you're like, hey, you want to buy it? And there's no, you know what I mean? There's no middleman. There's no like sometimes I ask people like, what do you do for your job? And then they explain it to me and I'm like, I what?
It's complicated.
Yeah. But they're just like, they're a piece, in a machine somewhere. But for me, it's like, oh, I make this. You like it. You want me to change it? Okay.
What gave you that kind of sense of fulfillment that you could just make something and sell it? I mean, is that something that your parents did, or what did you see growing up?
Well, I mean, we grew up really poor, and just like the kids were sort of free to run around the mountainside. I grew up in South Korea.
Okay. When did you move to America?
When I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to learn English and stuff. That was hard.
That's quite a bit to do. But in Korea, you said you grew up poor. So, like, where in Korea did you grow up, and what were the things that, like, you guys did to survive?
Well, we moved around a lot. So, we used to crush flowers and dye our fingernails for nail polish. We used to pick like vegetables. They had a lot of like wild edible plants growing up in Korea, because it's pretty big there, and just building fires. It was just a lot of like kids running around doing stuff,
Yeah.
like just a lot of freedom, like building fires and like catching the forest on fire.
Oh God.
We used to take this can, like empty cans, put holes in it, and throw a bunch of twigs and set it on fire, and then we would swing it, and then like throw it up in the air like it was fireworks.
That was your entertainment?
Yeah, so it was always creative,
Yeah. And, to clarify, you grew up in South Korea, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So South Korea was not like it is today at all, right?
Yeah, in the 80s, late 70s, it was, it's not like now. It went back a couple of years, was it? Oh my God, it was almost 20 years ago. Even then, it was really, really developed and super high tech.
As compared to when you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, it's a different way of life. I mean, just, things grew up pretty fast. But you came over when you were 10. How did you get to come over to America? And did your whole family come?
So my mom came to the U.S. When I was a baby, and then she was supposed to come back and get us right away, but it took her like 9 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
And then she's not gonna want me to talk about her journey, but so I was raised by my grandparents and my aunts and uncles.
Yeah. And then you came here. Did you first come to Chicago?
South suburbs.
Was it on Chicago Avenue that you lived?
Oh my God, I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were in the South suburbs.
That would be the name of my book,
Chicago Avenue. That would be a good memoir. Yeah. So you're in Chicago at that point, and then, I mean, how different was it to be here as compared to where you were in like the culture?
Yeah, totally different. Because I went from like running around all over the mountainside to we ended up in an apartment. And my mom was like, "You can't cross the street. You have to stay, and you have to stay within like eyesight, I guess." And that was jarring.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of cars. I think that was the first time I rode in a car when she came to get us.
Really?
Yeah, I'd ridden a bus, or whatever, but no one had cars, and we didn't have any reason to go in a taxi because it was, for me, I didn't have a reason.
Yeah.
The adults around me probably did, but I didn't. So yeah, it was like I used to throw up all the time from car rides.
Well, if you're not used to it.
Yeah, and then like falling off the bed because I used to sleep on a floor,
Wow.
that kind of stuff.
So it really gave you the drive to know how to be independent, growing up like that.
Yeah, and also just adjusting, and being able to be in a situation and like it's just like improv, right? Like, and that's how I see the creative process.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just like being a kid. Like, you get to play. It's all make pretend. Like, let's pretend I know how to make jewelry and I'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, making the jewelry, and it's, I think it's fascinating also that, Jason, your husband, also is a creator and makes furniture, and it's,
Do you know
guys
that me and Jason met at your brother's show?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What year?
It was like 1999, and his, what was it? My friend was like working the lights or something at that bar, and I had nothing else to do. So we went, and I was shooting pool, and your brother's band was playing.
Was that Dropmouth or Damage Justice? Do you remember?
I think it was, I think it was Dropmouth, the one before.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Isn't that funny?
That is funny. It's a small world.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool that you guys are so creative and creators, and you could do whatever you want. I mean, but running a business is, sometimes can be antithetical to the creative process in some ways. But do you enjoy that process of running?
No, I hate it. It's like homework. I hated homework. I hated like schoolwork.
Yeah.
I would literally sit in like history class, not doing the work and reading like a fictional history like book, and my teachers would get angry. Like, I just didn't like structure in that way, or being told I have to do something on a certain timeline or whatever. So taxes, that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But I'm doing better this year. Last year I was like but this year I'm doing it earlier.
Yeah.
And I could have finished it, but I haven't, so there's a little chunk left, but it's fine. I'm still early. I hate homework. Ugh, it's the most boring thing. But yeah, I like the fun stuff.
I mean, some of the fun stuff is like the marketing. I'd say, like, when I see what you do on social media, it's super creative.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I hate that too.
No, but you're good at it. And, it's like you really interact with the community.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're good. You may not think so, but I think you're good at it. How did you get into that and learn how to do it? Like, and how to engage with your community?
I just speak in my
like
voice.
Yeah.
Only because and I don't, I'm not like representing a store, because it's just me, so I have to speak in my voice. Sometimes I'll be like, we at niceLena. I'm like, who's the other person?
Exactly.
No one's in here. It's just me. So I have to switch usually to like I. But then my kids sometimes help, and so that's a we. It's a family, right? So I can say it's a family business. They were there during the holiday season. I haven't seen them in a while.
Do you want them to be there?
Yeah, like come by once in a while,
Yeah.
Make a little money for yourself.
Do you ever see like hiring people outside of your family to come there and work?
I would like to. I'm a terrible teacher, so I don't know. I did have like a really nice young lady work for me a few days when my brother got married. Shout out to my brother, Michael, and Hiram. But yeah, I would love to have like somebody there and have more of a maker space fleshed out. Because I have that table now where people can come make buttons and cards and decorate journals using what I have. But I would like to expand that and have that thing to be like a permanent, like busy station,
Right. I mean, because you do events there at the space too, right?
Yeah, after hours though.
What type of events do you do?
So people can come and reserve like a party where you can make candles, buttons, laser cutting, metal stamp jewelry. What else can I do? Eventually, I guess I can incorporate like the heat press, printing on stuff, but usually that's more of working on your laptop or phone, and it just doesn't.
It's not the same.
It feels isolating. Like you're individually like looking at a tablet, and I'm not really into that yet.
Yeah. Is it the parties like people's birthday parties or?
Yeah, we've had birthday parties. We had witches.
Witches? What do you mean?
We had witches come. That's what I said that they were. They were like, we're okay with that. And they made candles and chanted a little bit.
So literal witches.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I think I'm part witch now. I mean, I am the Wizard of Cute. That's my tagline.
Okay.
So.
That's positive.
Yeah. Birthday parties. I have a birthday party for a bunch of middle schoolers coming up, and then I have the fundraiser for the anti-racism art fest.
Really?
So that's I don't have any dates in my head.
I'll put it in the show notes.
It's coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So birthday parties. I had a bachelorette party, or people just wanting to get together.
So it could be like it could be kids or adults.
Yeah, I've had more kids parties than for middle schoolers.
Yeah.
I think. Donnie's daughter.
Oh.
She's 10. She had her.
Shout out to Donnie.
Yeah, I know.
How are you? That's cool. I mean, so you do. I think what's interesting about you being an independent business and that you could do this, it's not like you're a big store where you have to like follow these guidelines and rules. Like you could just be creative and be engaging. And one of the things that you've done to engage with the community is these fairy doors, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what that was or is.
I love children because they're super cute. They're like puppies, but they're pure, and they'll say things to you bluntly. They have wild ideas, Like I envy that openness. And usually I see them like I notice kids, like some people never even look at a child, and some people a little too long. So anyways. I notice them constantly, and then they look uncomfortable, they look bored, or like their parents look stressed out. And I used to love going on errands with my kids. It was so much fun,
Yeah.
But all it takes is just a little bit of a distraction, like something shiny, and then you buy yourself 5 minutes, So for me, it was like, if we did this, it would be a gift to the kids and the parents. Like, it doesn't have to be this boring adult world where you're being dragged to get like groceries or dry cleaning, you know.
Yeah.
And like maybe they'll talk to the grown-ups at the business and say, "Hey, you have a fairy door. What's your fairy's name?" You know, things like that. I think it's just more engagement, interaction with each other instead of just all online, you know?
Yeah, like
people
real.
get really excited.
So what was it? Like people would, you would make these doors or?
So I made them with the laser cutter, and there are 7 doors, like kind of rotating, and depending on where they are, or like if it fits the business, like Cultivate got a door that looked like a leaf, obviously, you know, and I had 2 middle schoolers. One of them is in high school now, but 2 middle schoolers at the time. They drew me the doors, like cool. 4 of them, and so that's pretty great. They get to see their artwork out into the community, you know, engage with it, and they live around the corner from it.
Yeah.
And then I gave it to the local businesses that wanted them, mainly in the main dumpster mile, but I think I'm open to just doing all of Evanston, because I think it'll be like it'll be, what do you call it?
It's like a connecting piece.
Yeah, and also I think it'll bring other people into Evanston, you know, with kids.
Yeah.
To look for these doors, because I also made a Google map of it. Awesome. So that you can take it to go and like find all the doors, and a lot of the shops came up with like backstories and names. They're fascinating. And I gave it to them with like a challenge, like decorate it, you know, in your own like image, I guess. Like Hune did one with like tiny little seeds all over it, you know. It was beautiful. And Space did one. It's like a galaxy themed, obviously.
That makes sense.
And then when the door opens and there are people at a concert inside.
That's awesome.
I know.
It's so perfect.
I love that. Like, you know, the doors are pretty simple, and then I make them like a miniature shop sign. So it'll say Cultivate, Hune, whatever. And so it's just the door and the sign. But then they like go above and beyond most of the time, you know?
Because everyone is so creative in this area.
I think, well, they're creative, and I think you have to slow down and think about, like, well, who am I as a shop, you know?
Yeah.
And some shops are too busy, so they'll just put up the little door and sign, and that's cool, you know? But some, like, will, like, really think on it and come up with... That's the part of, like, playing, you know? Being creative is that it makes you go into that childlike mode again. And you're like, oh, well, this is what I envision. Yeah. And then you make that happen, and it's magical.
Do you think that this kind of vibe attracted you to be in Evanston?
Well, we moved up here because we had Chloe, and we started looking at schools and stuff, and, you know, and that I was like, ugh, this is too hard. So, like, Evanston has great schools. Let's just go there.
Yeah.
That's how I am. If it starts to get too complicated, then I just, like, let's just simplify it. Yeah. So, yeah, at first it was, like, jarring because, like, we were the first in our group to have kids. Mm-hmm. And you almost feel like your life is over. You don't know what it's like to be in it or on the other side of it, which I feel like I am now, kind of, because our kids are bigger. Yeah. And they're pretty independent and don't have to do school pickups and things like that. They move around on their own at this point. But yeah, in the beginning, we had no idea. We're like, we have to be somewhere with a bunch of other families, you know? Yeah. But it worked out. I really like it here.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a great space. And then the other businesses, I feel like a lot of people, I mean, serious business, but people do look at like playing in their creative. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think that's one of the cool things, especially about like Southeast Evanston, the main Dempster Mile, is that you have all these different types of shops. And, you know, people talk about how hard it is to compete with like Amazon or different places online. But here you are, a craft shop, you know, able to make it here. I mean, do you think other people have a similar outlook on it? And you know, does it help to be able to have like the main Dempster Mile organization with Catherine? Does that assist you a lot?
Catherine is my magical fairy. Like, she's just the best. Shout out to Catherine.
Yes. Former guest Catherine Gotzik.
Yes. I think, Amazon is killing a lot of small shops, and things are changing. But I also think that you have to adapt and come up with new ways to make yourself like a hub, like in Korea, like South Korea, right? Like, everyone lives in tiny apartments. It's not a lot of space. So they have rooms for everything. Mm-hmm. Like, growing up, I don't remember the money aspect of it, but we used to have comic book rooms where you could go and, like, I don't know if we paid by the hour or you had a membership or, like, whatever. But you just go there and read as many comics as you wanted. And there was, like, snacks, like ramen, microwave, things like that. So, like, keep you there. And you just, like, hung out. So you just go, because, like, comic books, like manga and stuff are, like, they come in, like, 100 volumes, and they're, like, $8, $10 a piece. So you can't afford to buy all of those.
Yeah.
And, like, it takes you, like, 20 minutes to read them. So having something like that, right? So you could say, no one's buying these because of Amazon. Or you create a space where you got to think outside the box. You can't just be, like, a shoe shop.
Yeah. You have to make a reason for people to come out and be there, right?
Yeah, and you got to get creative. So, like, like when illustrators, right? Like, there was a huge, like, industry based on illustration. Like, people used to draw, like, ads and, like, newspapers and magazines and such. You can make a living on that. But, like, graphic designers came along in Photoshop that kind of killed that industry. But I'm kind of seeing, like, a huge surge now of illustrators making a living for themselves, and it's changed.
How are they making a living for themselves now? What are they doing?
So illustrators are now making, and this is so smart, and I'm actually helping a lot of, like, middle schoolers because they love stickers.
Yeah.
So I see in the future, like, a sticker club coming to niceLena and Friends, but I haven't worked out the kinks yet because, that's the stuff I hate. So illustrators are now, like, becoming card makers, stickers, like, stationery, like, shops, independent stationery shops, right?
Yeah.
And what's great is that, like, if you're a fine artist, right, like, you make one painting and you work on it for, like, 7 months or whatever, and you hope that painting sells, and then it's gone. Or you accumulate a lot of, like, paintings, and it just sits there, and that takes money. Like, it just becomes this ball of, how do I sustain my art and, like, make a living? So what you can do then is take that, like, painting or, like, photograph or whatever, right? And then use that. You're a gift shop, right? Instead of, like, a museum having a gift shop after you're dead, making money off of your paintings, while you're alive, you have your own gift shop,
Yeah.
And you can keep that painting and sell it whenever you want at the price that you would like, right? But you can do prints now, cards, stickers, all this merch around.
Yeah.
And I think it's great because then you don't have to work retail while you're getting to where you want to go with your art.
You can actually sustain yourself.
Yeah, because that's what happens, right? Like, you go to an expensive art school, and then it takes a really long time to grow your, like, grow yourself as an artist. And in the meantime, you're working at a cafe or retail, hourly wages. Not
doing what you want to do.
Yeah, so if you can figure it out, I think you can kind of live in that space longer.
Yeah. No, I think that's key. And, I think that, you have to be innovative with how to make this work in any type of industry that you're in. But it's cool to be able to do things that are, totally fulfilling. There's a lot of different things, that goes on to promote. So, like, one of the things I noticed that takes place, like, around the holiday season is just where all the different shops, like, are open later, and mm-hmm. there's a way, people, like, I know, like, the the ferry doors are one thing, but like, what are some of the other things that are done that you work with some of the other business owners to make happen so everyone shops everyone's stores?
So we have our first Pride event coming up, Pride Parade. Last year, this guy in the neighborhood, he's just a resident. He's also on like the main dumpster mile board, I think. That's all like volunteer-based positions. Mm-hmm. And he was like, hey, guys, like, we don't have a Pride event. So he sort of helped all the businesses get something together and quickly made it happen. And now it's becoming more of a real thing. And with that, a lot of headache, obviously. But there was a Kickstarter that just got funded, and I think they're looking for different sponsors. So the Pride event will happen along Main Street from, I think they said Dodge to Chicago Avenue.
Oh, wow.
Correct?
That's big.
That's long, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Ridge?
Oh, so Ridge to Chicago?
See, like, I'm terrible.
I'll find out.
I'm terrible at tests and stuff, right? Like, I could fail tests every minute. Like, give me the details on this. And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, don't worry. I'll find
quizzed.
out. I'll put it on there. No one's quizzing you. It's on Main Street.
I didn't write it on my hand to cheat on this test, so I'm like, Anyways, yeah, so that's coming up, and they're doing like a shopping day where percentage of the day will go towards the Pride event.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff, like when people get together, you know, and organize, it's great. Magic happens. So there's like a craft brew event happening in May. The tickets are on sale now. That's with Few, Sketchbook, and the kombucha place.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah,
we'll have it all on there.
Yeah, that's after hours.
Yeah.
People, we pour drinks. Yeah, I usually have like Korean chicken.
That's awesome.
From 10Q, shout out to 10Q.
Well, you bring all the different flavors from the area together. It's so cool.
I know, it's a party, and people really like it. They look happy. I've been told it feels like a big city, and then I've been told it feels like a small city, you know, where you're just seeing your neighbors walking around.
That's the key. I think that people really know each other in this neighborhood, you know, and it's like they go and support the businesses like yours, and it's just pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I've been told by a couple customers that they come for the Lena experience, which is like a huge compliment, you know?
I mean, that's the whole success of everything that you're doing. Yeah.
I just yell inappropriate things for like 10 minutes, distract them while they're shopping, and, you know, it's good business.
Whatever. It works, right?
Yeah, I just have fun.
Yeah.
I like interacting with people. But, like, working at home all these years, you know, for the past, was it, like, 2002? What year is it?
2020.
So
yeah.
Damn it, you're making me do math. So
sorry.
18 years.
I didn't think that one was a hard one.
18. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. 18 years as a jewelry designer, like working from home, you know, like you just get stranger because you're not interacting with people, like in an
right,
office
become isolated.
Yeah. So it's been great. I've been having a lot of fun. I talk to whoever wanders in.
Yeah.
They all have stories, you know. And based on, like, conversations sometimes, I get, like, ideas and, I should do this and I should do that, you know? It's great.
It's so cool. And, to let everyone know, where are you located and where can people find you online and on social media?
I'm located on 1235 Chicago Avenue, the most important part. Right next to Sobeys and Trader Joe's. And you can find me at niceLena.com and niceLena and Friends on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always good stuff on there.
I don't know my phone number. Sorry.
No, that's all good. People should just come in. And what times are you open in days of the week?
I'm closed on Mondays, but sometimes I'm there using my lasers. Pew, pew. And Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 to 6. Saturdays, 10 to 6. And then Sundays, 12 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if people want to book a party, just contact you and get that together,
I
right?
have no email on my website for some reason. I should just put it up there.
But people can message you, right? On
so.
social media?
Usually they find me on Google and call me.
That works.
But I don't know the phone number.
It's on Google. Just look it up,
just
everyone.
look it
There's
up.
no tests in this episode.
I know. I passed.
Yes, you did. You did. Well, Lena, it was so fun having you on the show. And, thanks for doing what you do. And everyone, please go shop.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.